What's happening, guys? Olizandri here, bringing you kind of like a video to like deal with the Modern Warfare 3 speculation, all this COD Elite stuff, because I don't like to give any kind of like thoughts about what I think about a product or that until the actual information is out. I don't want to deal with rumor mongering or anything like that. I want to just give you my thoughts on it when everything is clear. So I haven't been giving you a lot of COD news recently, and oh well, it's just the way COD has kind of been. There's nothing kind of like concrete at the moment. E3's coming up, so maybe we'll learn a lot more about the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, which is kind of like, let's face it, when you're talking about Call of Duty, you care about the multiplayer a lot more than the single player, so we really want to know facts about that. So I kind of won't delve into that stuff until Modern Warfare 3 information is out and the COD Elite pay structure information is out, because until up to now it's just useless to speculate on it, I think. But one thing you can speculate on is kind of like how you want Modern Warfare 3 to be. Everyone's going to have a different opinion on what would make a great Call of Duty or what would be an improvement. So I'm going to speculate, or I'm just going to give my opinions on what I think could improve Call of Duty over Black Ops. So we're using Black Ops as a base because I think Black Ops is actually a great COD game. The balancing is really good, and balancing is an issue in itself because I always feel that balancing can make a game boring. I think one of the reasons Black Ops is kind of like falling out the public consciousness, or at least falling out of favor, is because the balancing is better than previous Call of Duties. People kind of like the bullshit. They kind of like the stuff like 3 times frags and Marathon Lightweight Commando, OMA DC noob tubes. They kind of oddly like that stuff in the game. They kind of like this odd variety, which is just absolutely BS. So even like everyone hates Ghost, they kind of like the fact it's in the game because they need something to bitch about. It's just an odd thing. So take Black Ops as a base. Now, with the coding, with the net coding, because it's been the major issue with Black Ops, I want to use the Modern Warfare 2 one, which is great because Infinity Ward is of course part of the team involved in making Modern Warfare 3, so we can kind of guarantee that the whole hitbox thing, the whole if you shoot someone you're actually hitting someone, the connection as a whole will probably be a lot better than Treyarch's way of net coding, which is of course one of the things that has hampered Black Ops. I mean, when you're putting bullets into a guy endlessly and not getting a single hit marker, it gets kind of frustrating. So Modern Warfare, hitbox coding, net coding, all the way. I think that's the best way to go. It's the best iteration of COD. Now, with the kill speed of guns, because I want to go in a bit into gun balance, I prefer the Black Ops method of things. What I mean by that is that I prefer the slower kill rate, because that means that if you're being hit you have more time to evade, and evasion is more skillful than just, plugging someone in the back. So the longer it takes to kill someone, the more skill an enemy in his retaliation or his way of trying to avoid the death can show. So I always think that the kind of like Black Ops thesis on how long it takes to kill someone over the Modern Warfare 2, where everything was like 2-3 bullet kills, was just a bit meh. It's a lot better as a whole. It allows a lot more like variety in your gameplay. It allows you to get out of really bad situations, and I think that's a great thing. If the person isn't accurate enough to continue hitting them while you're doing the evasive maneuvers, then they're bad and you've outskilled them, and I think that's the great way to go. Now, weapon balancing, however, Modern Warfare 2 went with this kind of scale where all the weapons were universally overpowered. Low recoil, kill people in 2 seconds. You could use any gun in the game, which is good, but it was kind of like overpowered. Everything was like, there were no skill weaponry. Everything was no recoil, easy mode BS. Let's put it that way. Black Ops, however, we have like a lot of weapons that are hard to use, and then some weapons that are like absolutely overpowered, MLG 4 times FAMAS kind of thing. So while I prefer there to be I prefer there to be bad weapons, I prefer there not to be like the 4 times FAMAS, except the 4 times FAMAS is a good way to balance things for competitive players in a competitive environment, because if you're all using the same thing, it's balanced, the game is balanced. So it kind of comes up an odd issue. I prefer not to be like the Modern Warfare 2 way of no recoil, easy kills, but I also prefer them to be no like absolute dominant weapons. So say you could tone down the top tier weapon like the FAMAS for a bit, and then end up with the submachine guns pushed up a bit better than they are currently in Black Ops, and I think you'd end up with a rather good balance. Just like, well, there should never have been 2 assault rifles with a higher rate of fire anyway, as that was completely and utterly BS. Let's put it that way. So I kind of like this kind of like middle ground. This everything's not very good, everything has recoil, and it's all down to your gun skill. That's kind of what I prefer all in all. So we move on from there and we'll get to kill streaks. Now kill streaks is a kind of like mirror thing for me. I think the best kind of Call of Duty you can get is gun kills. Gun kills all the way. Basically what I thought is that the choppers ruin the game slightly. I mean, dogs are good because you run around and you get more kills, and they're kind of like a support kill streak in the fact that they disorient the enemy, they lead you to the enemy, they're kind of like a UAV mixed up with like a decoy. It's kind of like that kind of nice kind of feel to it, whereas a chopper gunner, you're up in the air, and if no one shoots you down, you get 20 kills, and it's just like, wow, that was a payoff. I got 9 kills and I got 20 kills, whereas I got dogs and I got 5 kills. But, you know, I kind of like helped out the entire team. The team probably got more team kills out of it. Meanwhile, I was running around and shooting people with my gun, so it was kind of like fun and better to watch. I hate the kind of emphasis on chopper gunners, and I know kill streaks aren't going to change. I'm pretty sure on Modern Warfare 2 we'll see a hell of a lot more air support than we will in Black Ops, but it's kind of like meh. I don't think viewers of COD videos as a whole kind of like seeing that whole, oh, I'm up in a chopper for 40 seconds, this is the gameplay, I could do this much, no one shoot me down because they're insane kind of thing. I kind of like the whole Call of Duty means to me is gun on gun, which we kind of will like segue off into the whole knifing debate. Now I always thought that knives in Call of Duty, of course, completely overpowered, one hit kill, connection based lunge, ridiculous. So what I think should happen with that is that knives from the front, 2 hit kill. Knives from the back, 1 hit kill. Maybe an assassination, maybe like a quick slit of the throat. Just like, you know, a 1 second bleh. I think that would be kind of cool. Now, I don't want assassination maneuvers like Alien vs Predator, where you basically stand there for 5 seconds ripping someone apart until the next guy kind of like comes up behind you like, oh, okay, you're ripping that guy apart. Well, I'm going to stand here, wait for your animation to end, and then I'm going to rip you apart in the exact same fashion because you're completely vulnerable. I'm just talking like a quick slit the throat, guy falls on the floor, you move on with your life. But from the front, you shouldn't die from 1 knife hit. The game should be about gunplay. If the guy was caught unaware from behind, he's dead. He's a dead man. That's his fault. If you shot him in the back, he would never have been able to reply. If someone comes at you from the front with a knife, what's going to happen in real life? Well, you can defensively react for a start. Number 2, you've probably hit him with a couple of bullets already, and it's kind of ridiculous that knife greater than bullets. I don't like that game mechanic, so I think go the Halo way, 2 hit melee from the front, 1 hit melee from the back. That would balance a hell of a lot more stuff. Now, map sizing is going to be my next topic, because what I've always thought about map sizing is that it is ridiculous. The Call of Duty Black Ops expansions, of course, gigantic maps. I mean, 7 or so of them have long travel times, and one of them, Stadium, is, I think, any good. So what I'd like to do with maps is like designated sniper maps, because you need the large maps for the snipers, for the proper snipers. I mean, not the quick scopers, the proper, methodical, wait for your kill snipers. Maps like Array, maps like Wasteland from Modern Warfare 2, maps like Rundown. These maps are needed, whereas like stuff like I don't think making like maps for the sake of sticking snipers in with 1 billion buildings is a great thing. What I'd like to see is more close range gunplay. Most of the guns in the game are assault rifles and submachine guns and shotguns. So close range, as soon as you open up a map for like a sniper rifle thing, you end up with just like assault rifles and sniper rifles. That's it. You kind of like destroy all the gun battles. Whereas if you have a smaller map, people can still quickscope, but the shotguns and submachine guns and assault rifles are at play, so you get more of a variety of guns in your map. So I think the maps as a whole should always stick to a small medium paradigm. We should have like some token sniper maps, so like a Wasteland, like a clear open level, an Array, a snow level that is like mountainous in scale. These kind of things are good. So, you know, just a couple, like 15%, 20% of the maps to large, and all the rest to medium small. I think that's the best way. Not small like Newtown, just like small like Summit, because Summit, of course, my favourite map. So 80% of your maps like that. That encourages gameplay, gets people into the action faster, makes the game as a whole faster. Games should end, TDM should end within 4 or 5 minutes. They shouldn't last 8 minutes, they shouldn't last 9 minutes. They shouldn't be allowed to allow people to just camp in a corner and just wait out a game for 10 minutes. They should finish like that. You should be in the action all the time. Everything should be clicking along. That's how Call of Duty should be. So the last thing I'm going to go into is playlists, because there's a couple of playlists I would like in future Call of Duties. Now, of course, I wish the competitive playlist to be in Modern Warfare 3. I think they can expand on that, and I think, of course, with time put into it till now in November, they can make a proper competitive playlist, at least like a bit better rule sets. Maybe like a forced host migration kind of system where it moves from one to the other. I was hoping kind of like, you know, a speculation myself that COD Elite, the paid package, might include dedicated servers for competitive only, because that's not going to mean much server space, if you know what I mean. It's not going to mean they have to run a load of dedicated servers, so the fee could get you into this competitive thing, and they could run their own kind of competitive tournament. So I was kind of hoping that they would have some kind of dedicated service for this playlist, and then the rest of the public lobbies, the public games, are all run on the normal kind of server hosting as we get now on people's Xboxes. So I was kind of like hoping on that. But there's one kind of game mode I would love to see in a future Call of Duty, and this is taking a note from Battlefield, in fact, Battlefield Bad Company. I would love to see a squad team deathmatch, a 2v2v2v2, next to your free-for-all, which is of course 8 players in a map. I think that would be a lot of fun, have a lot of tactical thing, you working with one guy versus 3 other teams of 2, just like spawn in 4 corners of the map, and you kind of like work around the map, like taking out teams, they're kind of like setting up positions. I think that would be really cool, just a 2v2v2v2 team deathmatch. I think that would make for an absolutely brilliant playlist. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. This video ran way longer than I thought it did. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about what would make a perfect COD for you, what you would like to see in the next Call of Duty. This has been Olizandri, chatting to you for ages. Please rate, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. Bump this on the Respawn Machinima app, and I will see you around. Cheers for watching and cheers for listening, guys.